Hi. It is officially Wednesday, July 23rd, 2014. It's just after midnight. So it's about wow, my hair sucks. It's about 5 days till my surgery. My surgery is on Monday, the 28th. So it'll be 5 days in the morning. I'm mostly excited. I'm still kind of bummed that I had to wait. It's kind of messed things up for me a little bit. Just like my surgery is the week before finals, and so my biology professor has been kind enough to give me an incomplete so that I can continue working on my study stuff with that class past finals week. And then my English teacher is basically letting me just submit things as I'm able instead of following due dates. So I'm pretty sure as long as I get everything submitted before finals is over, if I feel like I'm not getting there and it's getting close to finals, then I think I'll just email him and ask if I can get an incomplete with him as well. So hopefully that'll work itself out. Besides that, I'm working as much as I can, but I don't know, I'm not working enough, in my opinion, which is freaking me out, because I'm financially basically screwed at this point, because I was planning on being out for a very short period of time, and so now I'm being out for longer than I originally planned on, and and I just haven't been able to work as much as I wanted to. Last week I was sick for 2 days, so that's 10 plus hours. It was actually going to be about 18 hours actually that I missed because I wasn't able to. Well, 16 to 18. And yeah, that's really painful when you basically have no money. There's kind of like a bittersweet thing that's happened. I got a letter back from the EMTs here in Cache Valley that had taken me down to Salt Lake and to Murray. Originally their bill was around a little over close to $10,000. It was a lot of money. And so I had submitted a bunch of financial aid stuff, and they cut it down significantly, like under $2,000 for everything, but they want me to pay $50 a month, and I have like no money, so I'm gonna try. I mean, the hard thing is everybody wants me to pay a certain amount. It's like IHC wants me to be paying like $75 a month, and I'm like, I don't have an extra $75 a month. I don't have an extra $50 a month. I don't, I mean, as it is, I have so much. Boys, please, come on, sit. I have all these different debts, and I'm paying as much as I can. I mean, I'm paying around $150 a month as it is, that, I basically have no leeway. And so I don't know, and apparently one of IHC's accounts has sent me to collections, and so they keep calling me like every fucking day, and I'm not gonna work with you. I pay IHC, and I've paid them every single month, and so I don't know, I guess I need to call IHC and basically be like, what the hell, because I can't make these big payments that they're wanting. I can only pay what I can pay, and yeah, so that gets really frustrating, especially when they assume that I have more money than I do, because like when I was doing a lot of this stuff, I'd just gotten my college money for the summer, but what they didn't understand is all of that had someplace to go already, and so I probably shouldn't have even included it, but I'm too honest for my own good, I guess. And yeah, so that's kind of finances, I mean, I just don't even. I guess the good thing about being unconscious for a week is I will basically not be spending money, hopefully. I don't know. And really, I just have to make it till I get into school, and then I'll have a little bit of extra not a lot, and I won't be working as much, so that's probably gonna mess things up a little bit too. So I don't know. I mean, I don't really have any choice. I just kind of have to do what I have to do, but it's hard. And yeah, it's stressful. I mean, I'm not sleeping a lot. Well, I mean, that's the thing, is I'm exhausted because I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not getting enough solid sleep, but that's because I'm stressing all the time, and so I don't sleep. I just stress, and, you know, like, I got pulled over because my license was expired, and then I found out that I didn't have my most recent proof of insurance. And so I don't know what to do as far as to, like, fix that. So I'm hoping that I can just, like, go in and not get charged for it, but I don't know. And I can't afford, I mean, I couldn't afford for my car registration. And that was like $100. It was expensive. And that basically, I'm in the hole right now because I didn't have that money set aside. And that's my own stupid fault for not planning ahead. I just need to put it on my calendar that I need to register, you know, plan on having that money set aside. So I don't know, but besides that, work is good. I'm planning on being out for a total of 3 weeks for surgery. If I have to be out longer, then I guess I have to, and I really don't have any choice. But a lot's changing at work. Rachel, who was kind of like my boss and has been a mentor of mine, she's put in her resignation. So, which is kind of, it freaks me out a little bit because she's kind of the assistant director. I mean, she basically is the glue that keeps us together, and so I will figure it out, but it's a really big change, and it's kind of like, whoa, what do we do with that? So, I don't know. Hopefully everything will work itself out, and I need to sneeze, so I apologize. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, so work changing. I've been trying to work out a little bit. I haven't been able to work out a lot just because I'm so busy and I feel guilty taking time off. And the most annoying thing is that the field house where I go to work out at school closes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and so it basically screws over those of us that actually have jobs. So that kind of pisses me off a little bit. It's pretty much constantly apparent that the university does not consider non-traditional students ever. It's like, oh, you should have plenty of time to work out during, you know, from 7 to 3, right? Oh, you have a real job because you're a grown-up? Oh, too bad. You know, I guess you paid for that for nothing. So that pisses me off. Just a touch. And it's like, if I go work out, then that's an hour I'm not being paid to work. So, I don't like that. Let's see. There's a song that I'm, like, obsessed with / addicted to. It's called, it's all about, I think it's like, it's all about that bass or something like that. I think it's just all about that bass. Anyway, yeah, I like it a little bit, a lot of it. So, yeah. Yeah, it's called All About That Bass, and it's by Megan Trainor. She's out of Nashville. She's super cute, and the song is like super addictive to me anyway. I also like the message that it sends to women that, you know, that you're perfect just the way you are, so chill out. You know, it's a good message. It's a good beat, and she has a good voice. So, oh, and I tweeted to her on Twitter, and she favorited my tweet. So, that was my little happy fanboy thing for a few minutes. And I was in Starbucks, so I probably looked ridiculous. But I've been cooking a little bit lately, which has been fun. I made some gluten-free vegan muffins that turned out really well. I like to try and like tweak the recipe more to see what I could do. So there's a few things in my mind that I'm thinking that I could do to make it better. So maybe I'll try that. And my sister Hannah's in the hospital right now, so I have her dog with me. See, dog Gemma. Say hi, Gemma. Oh my god, it's a camera. She doesn't like cameras. Yeah, and then I have my 3 boys, and Princess has already gone to bed with Emily. And then, let's see, what else? Oh, my facial hair. Yeah, I like cut it really shorter than I planned on doing. I don't know. It kind of looks good. I don't know how to do this without, I guess, there. Can you see it? Because I can't. It looks okay. I think it's actually closer to the thickness of the sideburns, but it kind of bothers me that it's so small, so I'll probably grow it a little bit thicker on both sides. Just like, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I like having this more than I like being clean shaven, and I like it more than just letting it grow. I bought this new electric shaver because mine died, and it's useful. So I've been using that instead of actually shaving, which has been interesting. But it's fast. It's like, 3 minutes max, and I don't have to, lather up and do the whole razor thing, which, I don't know, maybe I'll do if I ever have a date, which is unlikely. Speaking of dates, this came up today. I was talking to someone, and there was this whole, are you gonna go get lucky? And I was like, you do realize that's impossible. And not that I wouldn't be able to get an offer or find somebody to get lucky with. More of a, I can't. I don't know. I like being really, really honest and open, but I'm getting this constant message of guys don't show their emotions too much because you're supposed to seem, cool and confident. And so that's really hard to navigate because I prefer just being straight up honest and open. But everything that I hear is you're supposed to be like, oh yeah, everything's cool. But that's not really me that much. So basically, I have a problem. I mean, I have fairly significant dysphoria, and that's gender dysphoria. And what that basically does to me is it makes being intimate extremely difficult, if not impossible. I don't like to be touched sexually at all. I tried it for a little bit with Taya, and I enjoyed stuff, but it's almost impossible for me to get off, like have an orgasm when another person is involved, because I'm hyper aware of my body. And when I'm hyper aware of my body, I can't be like, oh yeah, this feels good, because I'm thinking you're touching something that shouldn't be there. And so that really, I don't know, so it's always ironic to me because I feel confident in a lot of ways, but I can't have normal sex anyway because I don't have the parts. And I don't have, something to replace the parts. I don't have a prosthetic at this point. And then, additionally, I can't handle being touched. I mean, I'm excited about my top surgery just because at least then that'll be one less thing for me to think about being touched accidentally. You know, at least I could strip down to, you know, my boxers without the world ending. But that's as far as I can go. I mean, it's frustrating because, like, right now, it's been a month since I've had my hysterectomy, and I've been on the same dose of testosterone, which is 125 milligrams per week. And so it's a fairly high dose as it is, and now it's probably really high because I no longer have estrogen to compete with the testosterone. So I'm having blood tests done this Friday before I get my injection, and so we'll find out in the next week or two where my levels are and where we need to drop them to. But so right now I'm like full, like I'm so hopped up on tea that it's like I'm very aggressive. I'm pretty sure I get offended a little bit easier, and I'm horny as hell. And that is the most frustrating feeling in the world. Because in my head, sex should be so simple. And I hate it because, like, I'll go to sleep at night and it's so simple. You know, I can dream about sex and it's easy and it's fun and it's hot, and then I wake up and everything is wrong. And it's not easy, it's not fun, it's terrifying, and it's painful emotionally. And I hate that. And yet there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I don't know how to deal with that. And ironically, normally I would go to my therapist, but my therapist moved on. He's moved to another state, which I can't blame him. But so I don't even know who my new therapist is going to be. And whoever it is may or may not understand my issues at all. And yeah, so I'm kind of, I don't even know what to do with it, because the thing is, people assume that being trans is like this basic, everybody's the same, and it's not ever. You know, what I experience is nothing like what anyone else that identifies as trans is experiencing. You know, my dysphoria is very unique to me and my experiences and my issues. And you know, I mean, there are some trans people that are perfectly comfortable with their genitalia, and it's not a big deal. I'm not one of them. You know, I can't just pretend that it's okay, because it's not, and it's never been okay for me. Because, like I said, I dream with the correct stuff, and so every time I wake up, I feel like I'm in a nightmare. At least as far as my physical body is concerned. And, you know, as much as we transition, or I transition so that I can be perceived correctly, a lot of it is more almost for me. It's making me look the way I am inside. You know, like the testosterone has allowed me to get my facial hair that I see my face now and I'm okay with it. And I hear my voice and I'm okay with it. And like, part of me I'll be okay with, like, I can kind of look down and I can be like, oh, I have chest hair. That's, you know, that's cool. And I can look at my arms and I can look at my legs, and as long as I'm careful where I look, I'm okay. But there's parts of me that are really not okay. And that's where, you know, the surgery on Monday, as much as it will make my life easier and make me more confident in public, it's more about me by myself than anything for anyone else. It's like being able to look at myself in the mirror without cringing. It will be worth it. Like, even if I never have sex with anyone physically ever, at least being able to see myself and not have it so jarring will make it worth it. I mean, that's why eventually I want to get bottom surgery, even though the technology isn't where I want it to be yet. You know, at least it would be something, so that I'm not anything to make it less jarring than it is basically, it's like reality just, it's wrong. And it sucks. And people try to understand, and, I'm very grateful for them, but then at the same time, I dread explaining to some beautiful woman that I would love to get to know better that I'm physically retarded. And I know that's a bad word, but that's the best word I can think of for it. It's like there's something wrong with me, and it's very frustrating. But yeah, that's me, but that's my life, and most days I'm okay. It's like I get up, I go to work, I have a fantastic time, I have a fantastic life, I have amazing friends. I mean, I have so many people that love me and support me, and not a lot of us have that. If every trans kid had someone that was loving and supporting them, there wouldn't be suicides. And if everyone would start standing up for people, then we wouldn't have these terrible news stories that we have of people getting beat up and onlookers just watching. I mean, I'm very, very fortunate to have the people that I have in my life, and to have my family and my friends that just love me and take care of me. So, for all of the bad, there's good. I mean, I'm fucking hot, look at me. So, yeah. Good night.